Yeah, Duke Dro, like I tell you, man, people don't know it and they don't realize it. And because they don't see it for what it is, man, they can't articulate how to bring back all that's going on, for lack of, to a bigger, better way for them, always more positive and good as truth. And like I told you earlier, man, for educational prosperity, I'm just going to say this. If I cross negative with negativity, right? Or I cross you negative with negativity, right? No matter what, bro, you hear me? That's the incarnate devil of you and me. That's the only hells of us. And that devil and all those hells only exist, right? Because things aren't being brought back to a more positive, good way as truth between us. And when it's stated by the authorities of us, you see, through the faith of them, because that's the only way you can state negativity consciously from one person to another is through faith, because all else is crossing more positive than that, good as truth. And through the faith of this world, we become a police state with the bad, evil, sinful ways of us. And this police state keeps growing, and now it's part of our immigration process, and there's alligators involved, and Alcatraz too, and it's a whole bunch of nonsense, Donald Trump. But it's all because our authority figures, right, by their articulation and example, through their faith, allow us to exist this way. If they didn't, they would only cross all we are as policy instead of victims and crooks of a bad, evil, sinful way. I'll be the first one to throw this rock. Only more positive than all negativity. Only adding us up good as truth. The only way we can add up, stay, or be good as truth, only to an absolute bigger, better here and now of us alive and well. And because they don't, everywhere it's at, negatively deficient of it is a dysfunction directly from them. And it is a trickle-down effect. See, if the mind of the world, right, doesn't have enough sense to know that this spot don't cross bad, evil, or sinful, just negative, blindsiding from time to time, right, they can never produce us more positive than that always to keep us good as truth. And like I said, it's a crazy police state on us, see? We're not making anything better by expressing ourselves as victims and crooks of a bad, evil, sinful way. As a matter of fact, to God, the good God and truth of all reality, we should spare no expense to only make our lives and the people around us from the inside out only bigger and better as the matter of them, good as truth. If we do, we can't suffer out of existence, decay, disintegrate, die a bad, evil way of victims and crooks, that rightful, truthful way. That's no way. You hear me? Listen. All faith is a biased, crisscrossing lie. And even though it has positive variables, everywhere it doesn't state more positive for all mankind, good as truth, it's a lie. And all faith, right, crosses negative, calling it a bad, evil, sinful way, which is just a lie on all things negative, that they need to man up, steal their lives back for them faithful, foolish ways with, and do the absolute more positive good of God of them as truth. See, in reality check, you can't have no bad, evil, sinful way. You can't become a victim, a crook, or crook by crossing more positive the negative, and in reality check, right, if you don't, well, anywhere something is negative with negativity, that's the incarnate devil and hells of them. And it's stated from all we are of atoms crossing and bonding. If these atoms doesn't overwhelm the negative charge of the neutron, right, always, right, you're just a radioactive matter from the mind through the body to the world with decay and disintegration, man. The bad, evil, sinful way of you plagued out and spread out all over on you, you see. And it's a whole bunch of nonsense. You see, everything that articulates to the here and now of us, right, only does it more positive than the negatives of it, or it's crisscrossing to one nothing of the here and now, right? Negative as the devilish hells it states. And that negative is infinitely the one nothing of it here and now, you see, with the devilish hells of it. And it makes no good sense, you see. It's a perversion of all things law and order. It's a perversion of all things decent society, you see. The state of one more positive than a negative way or matter is the only light, joy, warmth, good God or truth, Holy Spirit for everlasting peace, all of all will ever know or be. It's the state that all of all embody of matter of atoms crossing and bonding is stated good to the truth of God of their shape, form, and mass, only crossing to an absolute bigger, better here and now of them alive and well. With the buildings, trees, you, me, everybody of everything, creation applied one to the here and now existence of all God, truth, reality check. But if you don't know that, if you don't know that the bonding fiber of the here and now of your existence is the neutral nothing, you're only expressed here and now one more positive than any negativity that wouldn't have you here and now, and you're not always connected to that, you're always negatively deficient of it. And like I expressed in my videos yesterday, see, from the smallest plank of existence that we know of, right, it's just a circuit of energy more positive than anything negative of it. When it makes quarks, gluons, protons, neutrons, electrons, it only does it one more positive than any negativity of them, right, to express them here and now, good as true for what they are at their energy level. Inside the atom, there's a proton and a neutron, okay? And when this proton can't always overwhelm this neutron, it either causes it to turn into another proton, right, which is negatively deficient of it being a neutron, or it causes it to split the atom itself, more female with energy than male. If you plug a plug into the wall, the male energy better outweigh the female energy, because if not, your house could burn down or things could not work right. Your appliances will just be dead. Now, that's okay for your house or your appliances. You can replace those things, but you can't replace your body, you see. If your body dies, right, all that you are of existence, right, becomes one nothing of the here and now of you. You see, just infinitely negative of the here and now of you, but the only way you could die, devilishly delusional with the hells of you, because all else, right, is only connected to something more positive than a negative way always, expressing them absolutely bigger and better, good as truth, Christ-like. You can't kill something more positive than negative, right? That's the good God and truth of all matter of reality check, only crossing bigger and better. And if it's a man or woman, it's alive and well. If you only preset yourself to cross one more positive than all negativity, to say to yourself, I will not sell out to it at all in reality, right? Well, you can check, you will be good as truth, and that will be the bigger, better, absolute here and now of you. But if your job description, right, has you articulating down as some sort of warrior out killing somebody for a buck, or some sort of officer of the law, right, that would rather confine you in a prison or a jail or shoot you in the back, right, instead of making sure all only get along, if that's your judgment, if that's how you're prosecuting the world, right, well, you're just unevolved with it, man. There's constantly a negative on you. It is the dysfunction of your system, the beast system of you, you know what I'm saying? The sold out, biased buck, you're being paid to be that way. And it's always stated through faith. It's, you know, all else is the more positive, good truth of all negativity. The bad, evil, sinful way of nothing. Like I said, I'll be the first one to throw that rock or that stone or whatever you want to call it. I hope I hit all y'all on the head with it, knock some sense into you. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hear me? Everybody, man, our goodness is being sold out to nothing. You hear me? Negative as hell with biased faith, man, when we just need to be looking out for each other and be good to each other, man. You hear me? And like I was telling you about that atom, all them things only are here and now more positive as it sports, right? To make it good as truth and indestructible. Anywhere in existence, an atom is stated more positive than negative, it can't be destroyed. Well, anywhere your atoms are stated more positive than negative, good as the good God and truth of them, right? They can't be destroyed. You understand that? That's the binding fiber of the thieving Holy Spirit out, more positive, man, than a foolish one hanging himself out to nothing with faith I am. That's the good God and truth of the man up to all reality check I am. I don't know, world. All I can say is only cross preset one more positive, right? To be one more positive than all negativity when you feel all of all. From the inside out at 360 degrees, only make your life good as a bigger, better energy of your matter than any nutty, fruity, faithful way, man. It is a snake on your mind through your body to the world of a bad, evil, sinful way, man. You can believe. You don't need faith to go do something more positive when you feel negativity. It's the same static, twisted, scattered, undefined matter of all reality check that way. You see, if anything that feels bad, evil, or sinful only feels negative. You see, that's because that's what it is, and the bad, evil, sinful expression is just an unevolved lie on it. You hear me? Listen to me. We have been deceived by a phony baloney logic, man. You hear me? It's a bunch of nonsensical logic. So the powerheads of this earth could rule with dominion, but it's a whole bunch of suicidal nonsense, because to keep functioning that way, you can only kill yourself to the reality check of it. You hear me? That's why every fool since Adam and Eve was killed out. If Adam would have crossed Eve back one more positive and all that nutty, fruity faith that was a snake on both of them, right? From their minds to the body to the world, right? That's all their kids would have been. That's all any of us would have been by the articulation of that example. But because he didn't do it, somebody had more evolved had to come and pick up the slack. You see? That's the bonding atomist evolved of all I am, right? The incarnate, good God and truth Jesus Christ of all I am. That's a fact of God, man. The reality check of the thieving Holy Spirit, God, King, atomist man evolved of all reality check I am. King of kings, of all. That's a fact of God check. God, truth, reality check.